I want to say to the people that are watching this live on the internet, good afternoon. And as always, it is good to stand before you on the Lord's Sabbath day. We're going to get right to the lesson, sisters and brothers. The title of this lesson is Man and His Helpmeet. Man and His Helpmeet. Now, I will let you know, like I told the people this morning, I don't like this lesson. It was a lesson that I put together out of force. Because I had a brother do a TV lesson on man and woman. And I got so many telephone calls, expleting, deleting me, until I almost wanted to change the telephone number of the Israeli God. And when I looked at the lesson, then I wanted to go shoot the brother. So this lesson, sisters and brothers, is what you call was made for damage control. So somewhere along the line, that brother and other brothers think that because the Lord made the man the head, that made man superior thinking and everything else. And I always wondered, I said, a lot of the guys I see that get down on women and talk, the woman is this and she ain't that and she weak and I'm the head and all. Then he turn around and he go home to her house. Which he drive in her car. And you tell me you the head? Okay. So I tell you, so this is why. Because when this brother got through, I mean, he just flat out insulted women. You understand? And he told me, well, you little bitty, I forgot some of the words he used, little dinky things. I just look at this brother. He talk like he's talking about a 6-month-old child. So when I got through being called all them ugly things, I had to put this lesson together, and God is my witness. This was damage control. It is because I had to let these women know that this idea that the brother had is neither supported by the Bible nor the Israeli God. So we're going to deal with man in his house help meet. That means help meet means suitable for him, okay? And we're going to start this in Genesis, the first chapter. Because you'd act like, and show you how the Lord put this thing together. And he put it together, us as a unit. And he started out as a unit. And a lot of women was insulted because his brother treated them like they was children and have no mind, couldn't think. And all this stuff run through my mind. But a lot of guys got put out that night too. Because among us, that's a word I hate to hear a sister say. Yeah, I'm going to put him out. If she going to put him out, that means that he is living with her instead of her living with him. But still, we're going to deal with this. We're going to start in Genesis, the first chapter. We're going to start reading at verse 26. Genesis 1 and 26. Genesis 1 and 26. Because the Lord made us as a unit, sisters and brothers. Everybody have the place that they should be. But whatever place man and woman should be, let God put them there. We don't have the capacity nor the right. We have to try and deal with our individual end of this thing. Verse 26, go ahead.
And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
Now, the Lord said, let us make man in our image. And man is created to become God, sisters and brothers. So right away when God created this man, he put him over something. He put him over the whole earth. So he would get used to running it and controlling the works of God's hand. That's why no matter what it is, whether it's a crocodile, whether it's an elephant, whatever it is, man have found a way to control it. And how is that possible? Because the Lord created man to be in control, and his training ground really is what's going on this earth right now. Go ahead and read.
So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them.
Now, this is something we want to look at. He said male and female created he them. So man don't necessarily mean, when you use the word itself, male, man cover male and female. It's just like the species. You know, when you talk horse, you don't talk horse-tress and horse heat. You just say horse.
Right.
So he created man in his image. And everything that man and woman, that man have, woman have. I'm talking about male and female, except for reproductive organ, because the Lord have his agenda. So he put us over everything. What verse was that?
27.
Go ahead.
And God blessed them. And God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. And subdue it. And have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth.
So he put man in charge and he gave man a directive. Be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. Man can do this, but it takes male and female man to do this, sisters and brothers. So now, let's go. Lord gave a directive. Let's go and see where the Lord brought this into being. Let's go in the 2nd chapter of Genesis and start at verse 7. Genesis 2 and 7. Genesis 2 and 7. Okay, read it.
And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life.
Go ahead.
And man became a living soul.
So when he dug man out of the ground and breathed into his nostril the breath of life, man became a living soul. This is something that seems simple enough, but it is not simple to the world, because the world is telling you that you have a soul inside of you, sisters and brothers. You don't have a soul inside of you. You are the soul. And to prove that this is correct, God said, breathe into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. If I stop your breath and cut it off, what will you become? A dead soul. So you've never seen a dead person breathing, and you've never seen a living person not breathing. Just something to learn on your way to learning something. But now, skip down to verse 18, and go ahead.
And the Lord God said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him.
This lets you know that the male part, the exposed part, a man was male. So the Lord says it's not good for man to be alone, because he had this Adam right here by himself. And so he said, I'm going to see if I can come up with something that's suitable for him. Go ahead and read.
And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field, and every fowl of the air.
Go ahead.
And brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them.
Go ahead.
And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof.
Now, this is some information that most of us never thought about. And that all the animals and everything was created and brought to Adam before the woman was brought forth. So she wasn't there helping him name the lion and the tiger and the snake and whatever. It was just him. Go ahead and read.
And Adam gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field.
Go ahead.
But for Adam there was not found an helpmeet for him.
So now, after he created all the animals, still there was not a help that was suitable for Adam. So you heard that old thing that a man's best friend is a dog? This just belied that, didn't it? Man's best friend is a woman. Point blank. No brainer. Don't even have to discuss it. Go ahead and read.
21. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam. And he slept, and he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. Now,
the Lord did something here to give us a message. He could have gotten more dirt and made the woman, but no, he didn't want to do it like that. He wanted to let you know that when he created you, we was one. So if you're not going to harm yourself, you will not harm this woman. He could have went on back in the ground and got him another pile of dirt. But no, he wanted to give us a message. I'm going to bring this woman out of you. So when you abuse this woman, you are abusing yourself. And you know you're abusing yourself when she drop a dime on you and they lock you up. I couldn't resist that. But anyway, go ahead.
Right. 23. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man.
So Adam named everything. He even named the woman. Because she was taken out of man. Go ahead and read.
Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh.
Now that's why, and the Lord letting you know right there, once you get your spouse, and you have problems, you're supposed to sit down and work them out. Because if you go to your mother or your father, they're going to be on your side. So the information, so the advice is going to be slanted. And you come to, and I know my daughter, she is always right. So if they want me to advise them when they have their problem, I say, well, call somebody else. I don't do that. Because I'm going to give her information. What you mean? He did what to you? So if we say you should leave your mother and your father and cleave to your spouse, that means that you sure enough have to leave the girls and leave the boys, don't you? Get your friends out of your business. The best thing to do when you have a difference or a disagreement, talk it out. Sit out. If you're too hot-headed, take a walk. Drink some coffee. We'll talk about this tomorrow. But the thing about it, talk about it. Talk about it. Because the Lord is watching all of this, sisters and brothers. Because when you really get on to it, what is your alternative? You don't have none. Let's go into Matthew's 19th chapter, and we're going to show you. I put it like this here. You don't have no safe alternative. You know, there's always an alternative. You can stand up and take your cough, or you can jump off the mountain and kill yourself. Either way it goes, sisters and brothers. The Lord is the one that put this thing together. He know what he's doing. He know how he wants this thing to go, and he put it together that way. And when the Lord wants something to work that way, it's going to work or it's going to fall down. 19, let's start reading at verse 3. 19 and 3. This is the Pharisees talking to Jesus. Go ahead and read.
The Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him, and saying unto him, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause?
Go ahead.
And he answered and said unto them, have ye not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female?
Now he took them right back to the beginning, didn't he? Is it lawful to put your wife away for any cause? Jesus took them right back to the beginning because he was giving a great big message. How are you going to put something away that was that was in you when you came here? You was made together. Go ahead and read.
And said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh.
Now Jesus quoted what he told Adam, ain't it? Go ahead and read.
Wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore God hath joined together, let no man put asunder.
Pay attention, sisters and brothers. The marriage institution is so important that God did not leave that to man. He put them together before they was even separated. When he dug man out of the ground, woman was there. Because he wanted to give you a message. I have a plan. I need to create some more beings like me, and I'm going to tell you how I'm going to do it. I'm going to get man, female, and male, man, and I'm going to come up with some children, and I'm going to adopt them all. He had a plan on the table. And you can't circumvent this plan. That's why I said, I made them one. Then they're going to hit him with Moses. Go ahead and read.
7. They say unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement and to put her away?
Now, that's the question. But I'm going to tell you something, sisters and brothers. People always talk about the laws of Moses. That's the only law that Moses made. And let's see what the Lord is going to do with it. Go ahead and read.
He saith unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wives. But from the beginning it was not so.
He said, Moses, because of the hardness of your heart. See, them brothers didn't want them women. They used to beat them up. They used to abuse them. Do all kind of stuff, make them run off. And then they said, well, you know, she didn't run off. Therefore, I'm innocent. And Moses just, because of compassion, said, hey, if I don't get some of these sisters away from these brothers, the way they're abusing them, they ain't going to be no good anyway, so I'm going to let them put them away. But was never so from the beginning. You know, just like, give it like this about the absolute of the Lord. You done heard about, what is this Henry VIII that killed all his wives? You know, because I can't divorce him, the church had him locked down. So the only way out of the marriage is for her to die. So he poisoned her. He got him another. The only way to get rid of her, she got to die. So he poisoned her. How many did he poison? A whole lot of, what was 8 of them? So Moses in his compassion said, okay, you can give her a bill of divorcement. Put a few stipulations on it, but then look what Jesus said to that. Go ahead and read.
9. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except...
Back up and finish that 8. Start from the top, because I want this to be put out there. Go ahead and read.
He saith unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wives, but from the beginning it was not so.
But from the beginning it was not so. Moses did this, but the Lord let you know it was never so. I didn't go in the ground twice. I went in the ground one time. And what I put together, can nobody separate. Go ahead and read.
And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committeth adultery. And whoso marrieth her which is put away, doth commit adultery.
And that is cut and dry. Whatever you want to do with it, sisters and brothers, like people ask me, brother boy, what about this? I said, what about it? It is what it is. I can't do nothing about it. But what you can do is, sometime though, you can have a wife or a husband, and you wonder where they came from. But I can tell you when you can tell when God sent you one. Let's go into Proverbs, the 18th chapter. Proverbs chapter 18. Because I tell you, sisters and brothers, these are a few little things that we need to read. But like I said before, I don't like this lesson. I didn't like having been forced to put it together. But I know I had to do something because I had a whole lot of angry sisters. Not only outside of the congregation, in the congregation too. A lot of them called, didn't tell me their name, but I recognized their voice. And when they got through delete me, I didn't want to let them know I knew that they could talk that nasty. But I humbled myself and took it. It's all that simple. Verse 22. Verse 22. Go ahead.
Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing.
Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing. Go ahead.
And obtaineth favor of the Lord.
And obtaineth favor of the Lord. So you know if you got a good wife, she came from God. If you got one that ain't so good, then you wonder where she came from. But God only dispatch anything that's good. But we're going to hit a couple of these verses. Let's go into the 19th chapter of Proverbs. 19th chapter of Proverbs. And read verse 14. 19 and 14. 19 and 14. Okay, read it.
House and riches are the inheritance of fathers.
House and riches are the inheritance of our fathers. Go ahead.
And a prudent wife is from the Lord.
And a prudent wife is from the Lord. One that's smart and one that's conscientious and one that thinks before she act or open her mouth. In other words, use your head before you use your action or your conversation. Lord send you that. But let's back up one more proverb and we're going to get out of here. Proverbs the 12th chapter and verse 4. Proverbs 12 and 4. I just want to let you know what the Lord had written in this book. There's a whole lot, but I'm just hitting a few. 12 and 4. 12 and 4. Okay, read it.
A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband.
A virtuous woman. This is a woman that's busy about business. Mind's in the right place. Conversation's in the right place. She is a crown to her husband. Go ahead and read.
But she that maketh ashamed is his rottenness in his bones.
But a woman that makes a man shame is like rottenness in his bones. One's always gossiping, run her mouth, running other people's business. Always getting into something that ain't supposed to be gotten in. Everything you say has got to be challenged. So that is rottenness in his bone. That's the kind you don't want to go home to. You go to work and you find everything in the world to keep from going home. May as well go home, she there, and she ain't going nowhere.
Yep.
But the whole thing about it, sisters and brothers, sometimes a woman, the type woman you have, sometimes is dictated by the type man you are. A man can create a good woman by being straight with her, or he can create a bad woman by not being straight. So the best you should do, sisters and brothers, is listen. My brother, listen to the woman. You know, and pay attention. I think I'll tell you what my wife did to me a few weeks ago. You know what I mean? Asked me how I look. Oh, baby, you look all right. She had two different shoes on. Had colors that wouldn't match. And a scarf that really messed up things. And then she said, you don't pay me no attention. And I looked up at her and I was ashamed. When she asked me how she looked now, you know what I do? I looked at her. Because it happened. You understand what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is we, the brothers, have to learn to listen. We don't listen. Okay, even if it's good, a good compliment. Oh, yeah, you look all right. You look all right. And I got a shoe with a long pointed toe, and I got a shoe with no toe at all in it. I got a maroon dress with a purple blouse and a yellow scarf. In other words, I wasn't paying no attention because I wasn't listening. I responded to a noise. Sometimes us brothers do stuff like that. Then that's why his brother get up and made that stupid lesson that I had to make this one to try and sanitize it a little bit. So let's look at, if you want to know how women should be listened, sometimes we have to go back and look at the father, see how they behave. Then we're going to start with Father Abraham. Let's go into Genesis, the 16th chapter. Genesis chapter 16. We're going to start reading at verse 1. Genesis 16 and 1. Now this is when Abraham's wife, Sarah, was really looking out for him, you know, because she felt bad because she couldn't have no children. So this woman was trying to help her husband. It takes a lot for a woman to tell her husband to lay with another woman just for a child. You understand what I'm saying? So this was an act of compassion, which one that she wished she had not made. Verse 1, go ahead and read.
Now Sarai, Abram's wife, bare him no children. And she had an handmaid, an Egyptian, whose name was Hagar.
Go ahead.
And Sarai said unto Abram, Behold now, the Lord hath restrained me from bearing. I pray thee, go in unto my maid. It may be that I may obtain children by her. And Abram hearkened to the voice of Sarai.
Of course he hearkened, sister and brother. But I'm telling you, he listened. He didn't try to argue the point. You understand? But now, if it was me now, right now, I would question that a little bit. What's this woman got up her sleeve? You understand? So he listened to his wife. Go ahead and read.
And Sarai, Abram's wife, took Hagar, her maid, the Egyptian, after Abram had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan, and gave her to her husband, Abram, to be his wife.
To be his what?
Wife.
That's something you might pay attention to, sisters and brothers. Sometimes you make moves that seem to be small moves, but they are big moves. Yeah. But we ain't going to elaborate on that. Go ahead and read.
And he went in unto Hagar, and she conceived. And when she saw that she had conceived, her mistress was despised in her eyes.
Wait a minute now. She didn't despise her mistress when she lay with Abraham. She only despised her when she found out that she was pregnant. Why would that be? I'm going to do a little speculating here. You the wife, you couldn't give him no child, so why should you need to be number one? It should be me. I can bear him a child. That speculation ain't all really, it's not out of thin air, sisters and brothers. When you look at the war between Leah and Rachel, you'll see what's going on. That's why they end up giving one to the handmaid. The more baby say, yeah, I'm the one. I'm better than you. But anyway, she hated her mistress after this. Go ahead and read.
And Sarah said unto Abram, my wrong be upon thee. I have given my maid into thy bosom. And when she saw that she had conceived, I was despised in her eyes.
So she saw that move wasn't good, sister and brother. But then later on, the Lord told Abraham that he was going to have a son by his wife, Sarah. And he was going to make a covenant with that son. And when he had that son, then something came up. Let's see what it was. Let's go in the 21st chapter of Genesis. Genesis 21. And we're going to start reading at verse 1. Genesis 21. And we're going to start reading at verse 1. Okay, go ahead.
And the Lord visited Sarah as he had said. And the Lord did unto Sarah as he had spoken.
Go ahead.
For Sarah conceived and bare Abraham a son in his old age.
Now, the Lord told Abraham, look, you're going to have a son this time next year. And he fulfilled that. Had a son in his old age. Go ahead and read.
At the set time in which God had spoken to him. And Abraham called the name of his son that was born unto him, whom Sarah bare to him, Isaac.
Now he named him Isaac because the Lord had already told him what to call this boy. But skip down to verse 8, and let's see what happened here. Verse 8, go ahead.
And the child grew and was weaned. And Abraham made a great feast the same day that Isaac was weaned. And Sarah saw the son of Hagar the Egyptian, which had born unto Abraham mocking.
Now, he threw a great feast. I didn't see where he did that for Ishmael, Hagar's son. But still, Hagar was mocking, and she didn't like that. Sarah didn't like that. Ishmael was mocking him. Sarah didn't like it, so what happened? Go ahead and read.
Wherefore she said unto Abraham, Cast out this bondwoman and her son. For the son of this bondwoman shall not be heir with my son, even with Isaac.
And it's something she done already turned all the way around, haven't she? Yep. Cast out this bondwoman. Because and send her son with him. With her, because this son will not be heir with my son. Abraham didn't like that because he was the father of both of the sons. Right. Go ahead and read.
And the thing was very grievous in Abraham's sight because of his son.
The same thing. It might not be your son, but it's mine. Things like that happen with people married nowadays, and both of them have children. One of them going to be biased towards his other. You don't understand how much that hurt the children and the other, and how much that's going to do damage to this marriage that you done put together. Because it might not be your son, but it is her son. But what did the Lord do? He weighed in on this conversation. Go ahead and read.
And God said unto Abraham, Let it not be grievous in thy sight because of the lad.
Go ahead.
And because of thy bondwoman. And all that Sarah hath said unto thee, hearken unto her voice, for in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
So the Lord agreed with the woman. Listen to your wife, man. Because the seed's going to be called in Isaac. But still he comforted him with this. Go ahead and read.
And also of the son of the bondwoman will I make a nation, because he is thy seed.
So, but I ain't going to forget that Ishmael is your seed. I'm going to make a nation out of him. I'm going to take care of him. But right now, I want you to listen to your wife. So Abraham listened to his wife. Then God weighed in and told this man to listen to his wife. In other words, women, contrary to what this brother was saying, women do have some solid conversation and some good advice. Just because the Lord made you head, that don't mean that you're the smartest. And these kind of things that you need to bring to pass, sister and brother. But there ain't so much with most men, but with Israelites, well, I'm telling you, this brother find out he's an Israelite, he go totally stupid. All of a sudden, you're going to exercise rulership over somebody. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is be a man of God. And a man of God listens to his wife. Because I'm going to show you one smart woman here. She took her husband where she wanted him to go. However, because it was the Lord's will that she do that. Let's go into Genesis, the 25th chapter. And we're dealing here with Rebekah, Isaac's wife. Because Isaac grown up, and now he's going to have his children. We're going to start reading at verse 20. 25 and 20. 25 and 20. Okay, read.
And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel the Syrian of Padanaram, the sister of Laban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren.
See, if Abraham had done that, or either Sarai had done that, then they wouldn't have had the Hagar and Ishmael issue.
Right.
So, but he said, hey, she was barren too, so he prayed to the Lord concerning her. Go ahead and read.
And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived.
Go ahead.
And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
So these two guys didn't like one another even before they were born.
Right.
So you don't expect them to like one another now. Ain't nothing changed. Go ahead and read.
And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger.
Now the Lord set the agenda there, didn't he? First thing is, look, they're struggling because these are 2 different manner of people in your womb. And the oldest one is going to serve the youngest, and the youngest one is going to be the strongest one. The oldest one are the people that call themselves us, that the world called a Jew. And you are the children of Jacob. You're the youngest, but the whole thing is the Lord called it. We didn't set it. So if the Lord said it, who's going to change it? Go ahead and read.
24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment.
Go ahead.
And they called his name Esau.
Now, he told what Esau looked like, but when he got to Jacob, it was something else. Go ahead and read.
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
Now that's something, man. When Esau was born, the oldest brother, Jacob's hand come out holding on to his foot. That must have been one struggle inside the womb, wasn't it? Because it's been a struggle ever since, sisters and brothers. We just don't know it. I remember my dad always used to say, I got to go pay them Jews. But you ain't never heard him say he got to come pay us. You understand what I'm saying? So it's always, the grocery store first and the little loans and all this. Always. Even when the Romans wanted somebody to be over the Jews in the 60s, he picked Herod. They picked Herod and made an Edomite, which was converted to Judaism, and put him over us because he knew how to handle you. He was introduced to you when you was in your mother's womb. So now, what happened was, this woman had already been informed what was going on. So when these boys was born, somebody had to get the birthright. What happened was Esau went hunting to get a birthright. Before the birthright, he went to hunt one day and didn't kill nothing. And he came back hungry. And he asked Jacob, can you give me some of this pottage you have? He said, yeah, I'll give it to you if you sell me your birthright. Well, he said, hey, I'm about to die. What good is a birthright to me? And he sold it to him, and he sat down and he ate. Once he got through eating, the birthright wasn't his no more. The birthright was Jacob, the younger son. But when it came down to the blessing to pass on the birthright, the oldest boy decided he going to take it. And Jacob was going to let him get away with it. Jacob was a mama's boy. And mama is one that would not let this happen. Let's go into Genesis 27 chapter. And we're going to start reading at verse 1. Genesis 27 and 1. See, you listen to brother think that a woman ain't never did nothing. You're going to find out women did a whole lot of stuff. More than you think.
Right.
Verse 1, go ahead.
And it came to pass that when Isaac was old, and his eyes were dim so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son and said unto him,
Go ahead.
My son. And he said unto him, Behold, here am I. And he said, Behold, now I am old. I know not the day of my death.
Go ahead.
Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field, and take me some venison, and make me savory meat such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die.
I guess he had to eat before he was really straight up, right? I don't know the reason for it, but that's what he said, didn't he? But go ahead and read. Let's see what happened.
And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son. And Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it.
Go ahead.
And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison and make me savory meat that I may eat.
Okay.
And bless thee before the Lord before my death.
So she overheard that conversation. So she called Jacob. So I heard your daddy tell him this. So I want you to do something. Go ahead and read.
Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock, and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats.
Go ahead.
And I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth.
Because you know she knew how to cook for him. She's been doing him all his life, right? So I want you to go on down and get that and bring it back. Go ahead and read.
And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man.
Go ahead.
My father peradventure will feel me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver. And I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing.
Now this let me know that Jacob, even though he had sold bought his birthright from Esau, he was going to sit right there and let this man get something that he had already purchased.
Right.
And Esau was going to take it too. But his mother had already been told God. Even Jacob didn't know about this communication. Isaac didn't know about this communication between his wife and God. So when she told Jacob, do what I said, he said, look, my father, he might be blind, but he's going to get close and he's going to feel me and smell me, and he's going to feel that I ain't no hairy man, and that blessing going to turn into a curse. What did the woman say to him? Go ahead and read.
And his mother said unto him, Upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice and go fetch me them.
Now, the man let his mama put it on the line for him. Okay, since she said upon me, the curse going to be, okay, that's cool with me. But that's your mama. We are the children of that brother. But still, it happened, sisters and brothers, and Jacob got away with it because his mother called it, and the Lord had a hand in it too because he had already said how it was going to go, so how could it go any other way? So let's skip down to verse 41. Verse 41. Because Esau was upset because Jacob stole that which he had already purchased from him in the beginning. He was upset, and to this day they say that Jacob stole the birthright. He purchased the birthright. Plus again, too, it was his according to the commandment of God. He gave it to him before they was even born. So you got 2 things here. God gave it to him, then he turned around and let him purchase it to make it legal. This is the kind of God we have. He didn't have to do that. Now, verse 41. Go ahead and read.
And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him.
And still hate him. He just don't know it. Go ahead and read.
And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
See, when Jacob died, when my father Isaac died, I'm killing Jacob. But the woman overheard it. Go ahead and read.
And these words of Esau, her eldest son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called Jacob her younger son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth covet himself, purposing to kill thee.
He said, look, Esau done found confident knowing that as soon as your daddy died, going to kill you. Now she going to do something here to send him away. And you're going to see that the reason that she's sending him away and what she told her husband are altogether different. Read the next verse.
Now therefore, my son, obey my voice, and arise, flee thou to Laban, my brother, to Haran.
Now I want you to run on down now to my brother and stay there. Go ahead, read a little more.
and tarry with him a few days until thy brother's fury turn away.
So I want you to go on down there and live with my brother until Esau done cool off. So now she going to fix it so he going to be sent, because he just can't go. He had to be sent. Skip down to verse 46, and let's see what's going on here. Verse 46, go ahead.
And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth. If Jacob take a wife of the daughters of Heth, such as these which are of the daughters of the land, what good shall my life do me?
Wait a minute now. She didn't tell him, I'm going to send him away. I want to send him down to my brother's house to keep Esau from killing him, because she know her husband. But this is my son. He wouldn't kill nobody, but she knew better. So she flipped the thing. I want to send him to get a wife from among my people, because I don't want him marrying none of these Canaanite women. Jacob went for it. Isaac went for it. Let's go into 28th chapter of Genesis, 28 and 1. I'm just letting you know, see how this woman is thinking here, sisters and brothers?
Right.
And now you're going to mess around and try to treat a woman like she's dumb. Boy, you are dumb. You will get it in the neck. 28 and 1. 28 and 1. Go ahead and read.
And Isaac called Jacob and blessed him, and charged him and said unto him, Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan. Arise, go to Padanaram, to the house of Bethuel, thy mother's father, and take thee a wife from thence of the daughters of Laban, thy mother's brother.
Now this guy thought that he was sending him away to get him a wife from among his mother's relatives. But the real thing, she had persuaded him to send him down there under that pretense. But the real reason she wanted him out of there, because Esau said he was going to kill him. Well, that Isaac boy, he must have been sleeping, wasn't he? But the whole thing is, this woman is orchestrating this, sisters and brothers, and got away with it. Yep. But then Jacob went on down there, and happily he did end up with a wife. Let's go and look at that. Because now we see that Abraham listened to his wife. Isaac listened to his wife. Because they communicated. So let's have a look at Jacob and see what happened to him. Genesis the 29th chapter, and we're going to start reading at verse 16. Genesis 29 and 16. Because when he went out there, he did run see a woman that he cared something for. He knew what he was running from. His mama knew what he was running from. But since he was down there, he found what his daddy thought he was sending him to. Verse 16, go ahead.
And Laban had two daughters. The name of the elder was Leah, and the name of the younger was Rachel.
Go ahead.
Leah was tender-eyed, but Rachel was beautiful and well-favored.
Now, I let you know, tender-eyed and beauty, they don't, beauty trumps tender-eyed all the time. I don't care how tender you look. So he went for the beauty. Go ahead and read.
And Jacob loved Rachel, and said, I will serve thee 7 years for Rachel, thy younger daughter. And Laban said, It is better that I give her to thee than that I should give her to another man. Abide with me.
He said, look, I'll serve you. I worked 7 years for this woman. So I'll see where Muddy Waters them got that song from, don't you? And he said, okay, I'll go with it. Go ahead and read.
And Jacob served 7 years for Rachel. And they seemed unto him but a few days for the love he had for her.
Well, that cat was really crazy about her, wasn't it? Go ahead and read.
And Jacob said unto Laban, Give me my wife, for my days are fulfilled that I may go in unto her. And Laban gathered together all the men of the place and made a feast. And it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah his daughter and brought her to him, and he went in unto her.
Well, you know what he did? He threw a party and got Jacob drunk. See, Doc can't hide that. Ain't enough. You still make something out. But you get drunk. But you can get drunk and you don't know what's going on. Ain't that what Lot's daughters did to him? Got him drunk, and he impregnated both his daughters until he died. He probably wouldn't have. Where did them girls get them bars from? Because he got him drunk. And then he turned around and gave him the wrong woman. But if you drunk, that shows you what can happen to you, don't it?
Yep.
Go ahead and read.
24. And Laban gave unto his daughter Leah Zilpah his maid for an handmaid. And it came to pass that in the morning, behold, it was Leah. And he said to Laban, what is this that thou hast done unto me?
Go ahead.
Did not I serve with thee for Rachel? Wherefore then hast thou beguiled me?
He said, man, what have you done to me? And then he told him, go ahead and read.
And Laban said, it must not be so done in our country to give the younger before the firstborn.
See, Laban was being deceptive.
Right.
He knew that if he had told Jacob that up front, he'd tell, well, they're skipping, man. Keep both up. You understand what I'm saying? Because he knew that if he laid with her, she belonged to him, sister and brother. See, this is something that got away from the world. You notice he didn't, let's see what else is, what went down here. What verse are we?
Verse 26.
Go ahead.
Fulfill her week, and we will give thee this also for the service which thou shalt serve with me yet 7 other years.
Now he says, so look, work 7 more years, and I'll give you the other girl, Rachel. You notice Jacob didn't say, no, man, you take this one back. There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
So what did he do? Go ahead and read.
And Jacob did so, and fulfilled her week, and then he gave him Rachel, his daughter, to wife also.
So Jacob actually worked 14 years for one woman. You understand? But he had to keep Leah. Why? Let me show you why. Let's go into Malachi, the 2nd chapter. See, brothers, you know, brothers want to try anything you find wrong. Oh, man, I don't want this woman. You come up with all kind of excuses. Jesus told you what it is. The only reason is you can legitimately get rid of your spouse. If it's not for that reason, you done violated, sisters and brothers. And your chances are, I'm not saying you're going to get cut off. I don't know what's going to happen because Solomon told you in Ecclesiastes, the 9th chapter, that as long as you live, there is hope. So I can't throw you in the lake of fire. However, it is a crapshoot. I just want you to know that. Malachi 2 and 13. We're going to start reading at verse 13. 2 and 13. Okay, go ahead.
And this have ye done again, covering the altar of the Lord with tears, with weeping, and with crying out. Insomuch that he regardeth not the offering any more, or receiveth it with good will at your hand.
Now, whatever it is that you are trying to get from the Lord, there's something to keep him from receiving, from giving it to you. I don't care, he said, how you pray and how you weep. What is it that the Lord will not hear your prayer? Let's read and find out. Go ahead.
Yet ye say, wherefore? Because the Lord hath been witness between thee and the wife of thy youth.
So that's why he asked the Lord, why won't you hear my prayer? Because the Lord is a fly on the wall. He's looking at what's going on in your household. Yeah. What you doing to this woman. Go ahead and read.
Against whom thou hast dealt treacherously. Yet is she thy companion and the wife of thy covenant.
This is what people don't understand. When you get married, you just made a covenant. And God don't like people that break covenants, sisters and brothers. You know, when Joshua made a covenant with the Gibeonites, way down in the future, Saul wanted to make Israel feel good and tried to kill the Gibeonites. God killed Saul and then brought a drought in the land, and David asked the Lord, why is it that the land is in a drought? He said, because of what Saul did to the Gibeonites. What shall I do then, Lord? Go to the Gibeonites. When I said, give me 12 sons of Saul, that we might kill him, hang him. And they gave him 12 sons of Saul. Gibeonites hung him and killed him. Then the Lord broke the drought. Way back, covenant way back in Joshua them time. Way in the future, Saul broke it, and Israel suffered for it. So, same thing with the wife of your youth. It is a covenant. It's all that simple. You getting the covenant? If you're going to break it, you better have a good reason. One that God has spelled out. So what the Lord said, go ahead and read.
15. And did not he make one? Yet had he the residue of the Spirit.
Where did he go back? He went back to the beginning, didn't he? He told Moses, the Pharisees, it was never so from the beginning. He took them way back to the beginning. I made you one. So when you break up something, you have broken up something that I put together. And when you break up something that I put together, there are consequences that you got to deal with. And so you're praying and you're praying and you're crying and you're begging and you're pleading with me and you ain't getting no answer. The reason you ain't, because I am looking at what you're doing to this woman of your covenant. And you got a problem. Go ahead and read.
And wherefore one, that he might seek a godly seed.
See, he wanted to stay together, sister and brother, because every time the family unit break up, the children suffer.
Yeah.
Look at it. Most time when you break up, the woman end up with the children. Man going on out there to mess somebody else up. Then your children grow up to be a weed, and now he's trying to shoot the top of your head off. You wonder what happened? Because he grew up with a weed. Why? He ain't got no dad in the house. Like I said before, I said this morning, I was on the bus before I retired. I'm on this bus. You get these old guys up there condemning these young, look at them little young punks out there, all them gangsters out there, all them little thugs out there shooting and harming people. And I listened as long as I could, and then I turned and I snapped on them. I said, I bet every one of you old guys ain't going to tell you what I said. Have a son, and you probably left him out there. I said, every one of those sons out there have a daddy. If every daddy went and got his son and became a daddy to him, wouldn't be nobody to make up a game. That is the way the Lord put it together, sisters and brothers. We would not have all these consequences in the killing and shooting if every daddy raised his own son. But what you do, now you leave him to the woman, then the woman's busy trying to eat, and when he get a certain age, a man got a problem listening to a woman, even his mother. She can't control him. He go out and get with the gangsters. Now they're killing one another, and you're in the corner. Yeah, man. So that woman messed up my son. No, you left your son. That's what's messed him up. But the Lord put this thing together, and it should have been. That's why I said that you might have a righteous seed. Go ahead and read.
Therefore take heed to your spirit.
So therefore you better watch yourself. Go ahead and read.
And let none deal treacherously against the wife of his youth.
And let none deal treacherously against the wife of his youth. Why is that? Go ahead.
For the Lord, the God of Israel, saith that he hateth putting away.
Oh, he what? Hate? Do you know that is a powerful emotion? The Lord said he hate putting away. Go ahead and read.
For one covereth violence with his garment, saith the Lord of hosts.
Go ahead.
Therefore take heed to your spirit that ye deal not treacherously.
He said, so you better watch yourself. You better watch yourself. Because the Lord is looking, sister and brother, because every time a family break up, there are consequences. So when brother get up and try and belittle the women and make them small-minded and all, I just look at this brother, I look at this thing, I said, if I wasn't so cheap, I'd have kicked the TV out. But I'm too cheap to do that. I get real mad, but I don't get mad enough to break myself. But the Lord set this thing up. And now, because this thing has been messed with, these are the consequences. Because the one thing I've known a long time ago, most women you see that are going in the wrong direction, look up their family tree somewhere, there's a man that put on that path. Because the Lord made us the head. Brothers don't want to admit that. I admit it. No, Brother Boy, you bias with the women. I'm going to get all, they going to text me. They ain't going to call me because they know I got a bad temper. Let's go to Genesis 31st chapter. We're going to look at Jacob now, sisters and brothers. But go back to Jacob, brother. Because now you see why Jacob didn't tell him, hey, man, look here, I worked 7 years for Rachel. You may as well take Leah back. I'm putting her away. He didn't say that. He had to keep her. Now back to Genesis, the 31st chapter. The Lord had a pretty good plan, sisters and brothers. If we had adhered to it, everything would have been straight.
That's right.
We're going to start at 31 and 3. Genesis chapter 31, verse 3. Because now, after Jacob had been down there enslaved for Laban, his uncle, for 20 years, then the Lord saw what was going on, and he started to, and he took some of Laban's cattle and gave them to Jacob, because he had abused Jacob. Verse 3, go ahead and read.
And the Lord said unto Jacob, return unto the land of thy fathers and to thy kindred, and I will be with thee.
So he said, I want you to return back to the land of Canaan, and I'm going to be with you. Leave this land. Go ahead and read.
And Jacob sent and called Rachel and Leah to the field unto his flock.
So now instead of, and what did he do? Go ahead and read.
And he said unto them, I see your father's countenance, that it is not toward me as before, but the God of my father hath been with me.
Now look, he called his wives out the field, and he was going to tell them what he wanted to do. Even though God had told him this man had consideration for these women. He could have just started packing up, hey, come on, we're leaving now. Well, what's going on? I'm the man, I don't have to answer no question. Right. But he called him, and he said, look, you've seen how your opinion, your attitude that your father have toward me. Go ahead and read.
And you know that with all my power I have served your father. And your father hath deceived me, and changed my wages 10 times. But God suffered him not to hurt me.
He says, then you know how I've loved your father as much as with all my might. But the guy have deceived me, and he have changed my wages 10 times. The deception started out with the women, didn't it? Yes. He's always pulling a 3-card Molly on Jacob. So he told his wife, you see what this guy done did to me. Go ahead and read.
And if he said thus, the speckled shall be thy wages.
He said, God have done what verse are we?
That's 8.
Verse 8, go ahead and read.
If he said thus, the speckled shall be thy wages, then all the cattle bear speckled. And if he said thus, the ring straight shall be thy hire, then bear all the cattle ring straight.
So the Lord fixed it. So he told Jacob, okay, then I'm going to pay you. All the calves that's born with spots on them, that's speckled, they're yours. So God had all of them be born with speckled. He went, wait a minute, I done made the wrong choice. All of the calves that have rings on them is yours. Then God made all the cattle have rings on them, because God saw what was going on. So all of them newborn calves, they was all Jacob's. The Lord fixed it. And Jacob had to sneak out. But what he did was, he took it to his wife. Skip down to verse 14. Verse 14, and go ahead.
And Rachel and Leah answered and said unto him, is there yet any portion or inheritance for us in our father's house?
Go ahead.
Are we not counted of him strangers?
They said, look, is there any portion for us in our father's house, and we not count him as strangers? Look what he's done. Go ahead and read.
For he has sold us.
For he has sold us. He sold them. 14 years Jacob worked to get them, and then the rest of it he worked for whatever else he got. He has sold us. Go ahead and read.
And have quite devoured also our money.
And our money that we're supposed to get as dowry, he used it up. Go ahead and read.
For all the riches which God hath taken from our father, that is ours and our children's. Now then, whatsoever God hath said unto thee, do.
Ain't that something? The woman said, so everything that you get from him, that belonged to us and our children anyway. He stole it from us. He even sold us to you. So whatever God told you, Jacob, do that. So when he pulled up after discussing it with his wife. And they agreed with it. So everything was done in harmony and wasn't no fighting. You know, like, this is my daddy, you robbing him of this, you do. No. He said, look, he explained it to him, look, you see what your dad has done to me. And you saw how he changed the wages. And I'm telling you what the Lord did. The Lord is the one that did this birth thing with the cow. And they saw it. You know why? Because he sat down and discussed it with them. Just like I leave home and I come back with a dog. And my wife don't like animals. I don't know, what are you going to do with that dog? Well, hey, I'm the man of the house. I bought him. I want him in the house. She probably tell you, I hope you like him because it's going to be you in here. In other words, if I had discussed I want a dog, she would have told me up front, I don't like dogs. Now, don't bring him here. Then I would say, okay, then. I don't bring the dog. So he discussed it, sisters and brothers, and they went on. And they had harmony. You know, except for them wives fighting one another, but the peace was still Jacob's. Because they sat down and talked about it. These women was in on the decision. This is what I'm saying, brothers. Better make your life easier. Don't try to play, I'm the man, and my word is the last. It might be the last word. But not where you want to be last word at. And I'm going to show you how. See, that's why you go back and you deal with the elders and find out how they operate. And you'd be surprised at how easy your life would be. The Lord show you how to live if you have the time, take time out to look at it.
We would like to invite you to join us on the Sabbath Day Live via the internet. Log on to our website, which is www.theisraelofgod.com. Click on the link Sabbath Day Live on our homepage. You will need Windows Media Player to view our program. We stream live twice every Sabbath at 10 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. Central Time. If you enjoy our program, we would appreciate your donations to help defer the cost of continuing this work. Send donations to the Israel of God, 2515 East 75th Street, Chicago, Illinois, 60649. Also, if you're in the Chicago area, please feel free to join us at our study class located at 2515 East 75th Street here in Chicago.
I've been looking,
searching, trying to find the right way to walk. Stay beside me, girl. You can try me, I want in your life.
I've been looking,
searching, trying to find the right way to walk.
the Lord is my light, my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life, and whom shall I be afraid?